Hey you two, welcome to our next lesson in our science unit on plants, and this lesson is all about seed dispersal. Now don't worry if you're not familiar with the term seed dispersal. Hopefully by the end of this lesson you will know exactly what it is and more importantly how it happens. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, so seeds. As you all should know from our previous lesson, a seed contains everything a plant needs to start growing. Now, when a seed starts to grow, this is called, and some of you might be able to read the word, but some of you might just remember. Can anybody shout out the screen? What's this called? Excellent. This is called germination. Now, let's see whose brains are working. Can you tell me what things a seed needs to germinate? And we found out some of these things from our previous cress experiment. And if you watched the video of Mr. Wright, we found out that the cress in certain conditions didn't germinate. So what things do seeds need to start to grow, to begin to germinate? Okay, again, 5 seconds thinking time. Do you remember? Okay then. So shout again, shout out the screen, and let's see if you've come up with the right answers. Fantastic, let's have a look. So you're right, all seeds need water, moisture, to germinate. They also need to be at the right temperature, because when we did our cress experiment we found out when I put the cress seeds outside, even though I'd watered them because it was very cold, it was at the beginning of February, the seeds didn't germinate. So seeds need the right temperature, and we said most plants prefer mild or warm temperatures and don't do very well in very cold temperatures, but some plants can germinate when it's colder. And they need air to germinate. Excellent. So seed dispersal. And I said, don't worry if you didn't know what that term meant. By the end of this lesson, you will know what it means. So seed dispersal basically is when a plant scatters its seeds. When a plant moves the seeds away from itself. And some of you are thinking, how does a plant move seeds away from itself? A plant can't just get up and walk and think, oh, this is a nice spot here. There's lots of sun and looks like you'll be able to get rainwater here. I'm going to put my seeds here. So how does a plant scatter its seeds? Well, plants disperse their seeds in a number of ways. Some seeds are transported by the wind. Other seeds may be transported by floating on water. Some seeds, pods, are designed to explode and scatter the seeds a long distance. Many plants use animals to transport the seeds around, either on their fur or inside their stomach. I'll explain the inside their stomach one a little bit more later. Please watch the videos below which will talk about seed dispersal. Okay, so this is the first video we're going to watch. Make it a little bit bigger. Off we go.
A seed contains everything a new plant needs to start growing. The moment a seed starts to grow is called germination. Some people plant seeds in pots or in gardens to germinate. Plants in the wild have many different ways of scattering their seeds. This is called dispersal. The wind disperses lots of seeds that are light or can catch the breeze, but only some find a good spot to germinate. Some plants use water to disperse seeds that float. These seeds can be carried downstream to new germination spots. Some seeds grow, safely protected in fruit. When animals or birds eat the fruit, they also swallow the seeds. So when that happens...
Okay, so did you get that, guys? So plants have evolved. Some plants have evolved to keep their seeds in fruit. Now, many animals like to eat the delicious fruit, which are full of sugar, that grow on plants. And when they eat the fruits, sometimes they eat the seeds as well. So the seeds are digested by the animal and they stay in the animal's stomach. Now, because of the seed coat, these seeds are very well protected in this animal's stomach. However, after a short while, when the animal's been moving and it's probably moved away from the plant, the animal will need to go to the toilet, and it will do it will do one of those, and the seed will come out, and the seed will land on the ground. And if it's the right place for that seed to grow, then the seed will grow in that place, which is amazing. So an animal like a bird might have eaten a berry which has a seed inside and might have flown miles away from the plant where it ate that berry, and then when it goes to the toilet, the seeds of that plant might be dispersed miles away. So that's fantastic, isn't it? Off we go.
The seed is dropped somewhere new. Some seeds get tangled or stuck in fur or feathers, then fall off later in a different place. Seeds are dispersed in amazingly different ways, so the next generation of plants can grow and flourish.
Excellent, guys. Okay, now we're going to watch one more video. Now this video, remember Mr. Wright talked about exploding seeds. This video is going to show exploding seeds. In fact, I think I might already have it loaded. Okay, let's go back and we'll watch this video.
Violet flower seeds are crammed into a special pod. As the pod dries out, the pressure is intense. Eventually, something's got to give. Touch-me-nots are even more highly sprung. The slightest contact triggers a chain reaction. Seeds light up the sky like a fireworks display. Another dramatic display comes from this unassuming-looking plant, the squirting cucumber. It only takes a tiny vibration, and the cucumber starts a spectacular show. Seeds disappear into the distance like rockets. Spreading new plants in every direction.
Wow, I thought that was amazing how plants have evolved to disperse their seeds. Okay, let's go back to our slide. Okay, so now that you saw some of the ways that seeds are dispersed, we're going to play a quick game, and I want you to use your detective skills. So I want you to look at the seeds. So here we have some milkweed seed, we have some maple seeds, and we have a dandelion seed. And I want you to look at them. I want you to use your detective skills. How do you think these seeds are dispersed? Do you think they float in water? Do you think they're swallowed by animals, or maybe they catch or stick to animals' fur or clothing of humans? Or do you think maybe they explode out of their pods? Have a look, see if you can guess it right. Yeah? Have you got a guess? Let's see if you're correct. Yeah, wind dispersal for those seeds. Let's have a look at this next slide. How do you think these seeds are dispersed? So we've got a coconut seed, and we've got the seeds of a lotus plant. How do you think they're dispersed? Well, if you using your detective skills, you could probably tell. Look at the coconut and you could see, look at its surroundings. Have you had a guess? Water. So they float. They say float off somewhere else, and eventually, hopefully, they will land on a piece of ground or wash up on the shore in a place where it's suitable for them to grow with the right temperature, right amount of moisture, right amount of sunlight, and then they will germinate. Okay, what about these ones then? How do you think these seeds are dispersed? So we've got a beggar tick seeds, or a devil's beggar tick seeds, and sambar. If you look, ooh, they look a bit prickly or spiky. They look like they might have hooks that they might. I think I've got it. Have you got it? Yeah, they're transported by animals. They stick to them. They stick on their fur, and then eventually they would drop off and find somewhat and be in a different place where they might be able to germinate. How do you think these seeds disperse? A cherry. How do you think cherries are dispersed? Yep. Yeah, you've got it. Animals eating them, and then the other one was a pod that would explode. Okay guys, so that's the end of this tutorial. What I want you to do now, I want you to attempt one of the two sheets, either activity sheet 1 or activity sheet 2. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Be good, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very, very soon. Alright, bye.